Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, all. Today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon, because every time you do, you support the show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon, and we thank ye.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Before we take a slight trip down memory lane, I'd like to address something that's been concerning me for quite some time.
All right.
And that is Mr. Steve Bridges, who we all know and love at our affiliate KCJJ in Iowa. And Lord knows you're listening to me on KCJJ, some of you right now. So
yes.
I just want to say that
all over the world, Mike.
Steve, you know we love you. We know we respect you. You're a wonderful guy. You've been incredibly loyal to this show.
Yes.
But Steve, it is not becoming, and this is coming from another person that I consider myself, approaching senior citizen land myself. It is not appropriate for a man of your age to be parading around in his studio naked.
Yeah.
It's just not appropriate.
KCJJ.
I became aware of this. I'm not sure if this is full frontal that was being experienced.
I know
that he was topless running around with his pasty old man body.
Yeah, I see. He's very proud of the fact. I believe he has a third nipple. He's mentioned this before to all of us.
Isn't that special?
And
isn't that special?
What happened is on Friday last, I was tuning into their stream, and they were playing the Daft Punk song.
What's that?
Get Lucky.
Oh, okay.
And because it's real hot right now because Stephen Colbert did a video where he's running around.
Mm-hmm.
And
notice when I say right when I really don't know.
You have no idea.
Right.
You know who Stephen Colbert is, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, very good. Let's start there.
Yes.
Baby steps.
Right.
And so he took his shirt off and was dancing to it, and I was very upset. I was at a stoplight, and I couldn't turn away. I had to put the phone face down on the passenger seat. And what happens is Steve has lost a lot of weight.
Right.
And he looks
good for him.
Looks really good until he takes his shirt off, and then he looks like the guy at the old folks' home that requires attendance.
Oh, that's just not nice.
No, I think he does because, have you ever been to an old
keep the shirt
home?
on, Steve. That's all I want to tell you. Keep the shirt on.
Yeah, and when you say keep your shirt on, you're not speaking figuratively.
Right.
You're literally, Steve.
Literally, don't take your shirt
on.
And if there's someone that's going to be showing their body in that studio, I vote for Tommy Lang.
I do, too.
Now, there's nudity I would appreciate and I would actually encourage. I would love to see. As a matter of fact, Tommy, I'm going to throw down this challenge to you right now. I'll be tuning in tomorrow on your stream,
yes.
and Lord knows, Tommy's stream is pretty significant.
It is. It's a very strong stream.
And I'd like to see Tommy
Robust.
Lang. I'd like to see one newscast from Tommy Lang on KCJJ naked.
Why not?
Naked or just shirtless?
Just shirtless. We don't need to see his
because
twig
what'll
and berries.
happen is if
and Lord knows, Tommy and I both can't see our twig and berries.
you
so
shoot
that's
him from, say, the torso up,
right?
It will give the suggestion of total nudity.
You think with Tommy Lang, you thinking back hair?
No.
You
I
don't
think
so?
No,
I don't think so. He's a fair-skinned lad.
Yeah.
Not like me or you.
So I think if Steve Bridges can do it, I think Tommy Lang ought to do it. And but also when Tommy
and
Lang
then
does
Tom
it,
Suter.
This is a message out to. Let's not go there.
No.
I don't really need that.
How dare
I think
you.
that would look great.
Actually, that is disturbing me, even the suggestion.
He's
Really?
probably in the best shape out of all of them.
He probably is.
Yeah.
He's a lean, mean fighting machine, but I don't want to see him happen.
He used to be a rock band guy.
What's that?
He used to be in a rock band.
Okay. Is there anything you don't know about these
What is it, the
people?
anthology?
Well, it's his first love.
Jeez.
It's KCJJ. It's where he wants to
You're
live.
the one who brought it up.
He wants to live there.
You're the one that
He
wants
will
to
live
see
there
the
someday.
newsman topless.
I believe someday he will live out there.
I might live there today.
Guarantee it.
I might head out after the show.
So here's the thing.
Take your shirt off, Tommy. I'm here.
But Steve, listen to me. If Tommy takes his shirt off, Steve, you do not join in.
No.
Because that will go to a level of disturbing that we do not need to see.
What's our new motto? Keep your shirt on, Steve.
Just keep your shirt on, Steve. But Tommy, really down to your tighty whities. I don't care. That'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that. That would be a lot of fun.
Kaisos.
Keep
your shirt on, Steve.
Kaisos. Amen. So do that. Now, that's just my message that I wanted to start. I was worrying about it all weekend long.
You should worry.
I want to say this is from listener. I believe this is listener Brooke that sent this to me.
Brooke.
I'm not. Let me
first or
double-check.
last name.
Let me double check.
A KCJJ listener?
I want to just make sure.
Is it Brooke with the hairy back?
No.
Brooke does not have a hairy back.
Because I guess if it's a man, it's Brooks.
Is she attractive?
This is listener Brooke Barracks Arcia.
I don't know.
And she says, anyone else remember this from the old Don and Mike days? It was a summer standard back in the day. Thanks, Greg Hudson, for finding it, and then he gives it to me. Now, this is not
Before you
this is
reveal
not
it.
Don and Mike stuff. This is another radio personality that kind of owned this particular
Before
song.
you reveal this song, I'm curious. When someone thinks fondly back on that era of
Yes,
your career,
right.
how does it make you feel?
You mean as far as, do I feel old?
Or do you feel proud that you were a part of it?
No,
Or are you pleased that you're remembered?
This was where this came from with
Yes.
Don and myself.
Yes.
This makes me smile.
Joy.
Because this was born out of, you have to go, the real history of this is Don and I did a morning show, and I think Elliott and Woodside were doing a morning show when we started. And then Jim Elliott eventually came to
I
work
think
at WAVA.
the
And we
waning-
made
it was
fun
the
of Jim
waning
Elliott
years.
because he was easy to make fun of.
It was the waning years, I believe, of Elliott and Woodside.
It was, and then Jim Elliott later came to work for us.
Wasn't he
And
doing middays?
We kind of thought that his show was, a little jive at the time, and he knows that. And so we poked fun at him all the time. And then when we got
At
the
least,
chance
Mike-
to meet him,
Yeah.
we poked fun at him all the more.
At least
Because
when
he was kind of, hey, I'm Jim Elliott, yeah.
So you
great
were
to
his-
see you. Hello, Michael. How are you? Nice to see you today.
You were his flamethrower lead-in, and you would make fun of him?
Yeah.
No, yeah, were we? I don't remember.
I
Yeah,
think
'cause
you
he
were
did
middays,
middays.
but at least, Mike,
He was middays.
at least he never filled in for you and put calls on the air that said,
Oh, yeah. So he would fill in when we were out during
this
the.
is the greatest. And I remember this as a listener.
When we would take a vacation, one of our 8 a year,
You
Jim,
had 2 weeks at that
Jim
time.
would fill in for us.
Okay.
And Jim would fill in for us, and what drove us nuts is that Jim would take calls that are like, "Hi, Jim.
Hey, how are you? Nice to have you here, Gladys. How are you today?
And Jim, I just love you when you do this show. I really
wow.
do. Now, and you hear him, he's loving it, and at the same time, you have the discretion to put that call in the air, and he goes,
Yes, but Don and Mike do a great job.
and it's like,
Jim, we sure miss you in the morning.
And I went back and we used to take this song that he had on his show, and we played it because we were making fun of the song. This was one of his staples of comedy.
Yes.
This particular
He wasn't really great
record.
at being funny by himself.
Now, that's not totally. Now, you like Jim. I mean,
Loved him.
do.
And you know what? I met him finally.
Yes.
At the Bobby Poe convention.
Rob, have you seen my $60,000 Mercedes?
And as really a
What he said to
radiophile growing up in D.C., and he was always there when I was growing up.
Right.
He's one of the guys that when you meet, he doesn't disappoint. He was a
Wow.
nice
And he's
guy.
a very nice guy, and I like
knows
Jim.
his stuff.
I like Jim a lot, and so we
Don't
poked,
edit out the part about Aaron stuff.
we poked friendly fun at Jim for a long, long time.
Yes.
And Jim used to have this on his show. Jim Elliott had this on his show on a regular basis, and it was pretty interesting. And now it's not my cup of tea, but he played it a lot.
Are you ready for it?
And this is a song for those of you that might not have ever heard Peter the Meter Reader. Enjoy.
I was lying on my back porch just to get in some sun.
It's weird.
Had my hair done up in pigtails,
Hey, this is fun.
had my swimming suit on.
Hey, hi, everybody.
I was just about to sleep when
Sunshine.
shadow over me. I opened up my eyes to peek, and what did I see?
You heard this, Oscar?
No.
It's a novelty record.
There was a man, what a man, looking down over me. Tall, dark, and handsome, 6'3". There was a look in his eye that was telling me he knew there was something that he wanted to see.
Hey,
This
what
is
was
exciting, Oscar, because here's the hook of the record.
This is the whole thing.
All
Okay.
that
Whole
stuff
joke.
was set up, but now it's going to be funny.
I've given it a lot of study.
Have
I
you?
think this may be penis humor.
What?
Let's listen, shall we?
Certainly not back then.
He said, "Hi, my name's Peter, and I'm here to read your meter. I'd like to see your kilowatts. Could you take me to your box?" I didn't have
You
a
see,
place.
here's the thing. Jim Elliott was basically a family-oriented DJ,
So
but
when he
this was
walked
a
the
song
line-
about penhole activity.
Can I share two quick Jim Elliott memories?
Sure.
I
Go
think
ahead.
my favorite moment for him was when you had your television program, the Primetime Video Zoo.
Right.
And
Oh.
you introduced a feature.
God, I get a sharp pain in my side when I hear that.
You introduced a great feature that only, I think, went for 1 week, and it was
Right.
called the WAVA DJ of the Week. And
He was so pissed at us.
That's so awesome.
We were really in kind
That's
of
hilarious.
We were kind of in a radio war.
you
thing
found a
at that
picture
point.
of him shirtless.
Right.
Oh, no.
With
And they
with a
just
towel.
kept putting it on television
With a
in a
towel.
star-shaped frame. It was was really, really great.
That was just messed up.
And
Terrible television show and a terrible bit.
And I think a lot of people in D.C. will also remember that no matter where Jim was,
yes,
he always worked Christmas morning.
Yes, he did.
Because he didn't observe the holiday. And what he'd do a lot is, even though I'm Jewish, I enjoy the music and the spirit of the year, and I'm always so pleased.
He's got the memory.
I'm so pleased to spend Christmas morning with you.
Here we go. Enough of that. Let's start our show for the love of God.
Mike, I told you it was a great vignette.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Help you, boys?
You got any white bread?
Yes.
I'll have some toasted white bread, please.
You want butter or jam on that toast, honey?
No, ma'am. Dry. Got any fried chicken?
Best damn chicken in the state.
Bring me 4 fried chickens and a Coke.
You want chicken wings or chicken legs?
4 fried chickens and a Coke.
And some dry white toast, please.
You all want anything to drink with that?
No, ma'am.
A Coke.
Be up in a minute. We got 2 hunkies out there dressed like Hasidic diamond merchants.
Say what?
They look like they're from the CIA or something.
What they want to eat?
The tall one wants white bread, toast, dry, with nothing on it.
Elwood.
And the other one wants 4 whole fried chickens and a Coke.
And Jake, the Blues Brothers.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
We are live from Studio 1K in the Fiberplex Broadcast Center. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We're downloaded worldwide. Is it 19 million now? I mean,
28 million.
No, wait a minute. I mean, because we haven't updated
We're
this.
about to crest 20 million.
We are?
Yes.
All right, so I have to change this because it still says 18 million
you know,
on the
you
copy.
need nearly 20 million downloads.
Nearly 20 million. Well, let's do it. We'll change it when we hit 20 million.
Okay.
Let's do it this week.
I'll keep you updated.
We are powered by Encore Insurance. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com, 102.9 FM WTNT in Washington, D.C., and the mighty shirtless 1630 KCJJ in Iowa.
Kaisos. Keep your shirt on, Steve.
Today is Monday, August 12th, 2013, and our show is brought to you by Wait Not. We've got a letter that somebody sent to Rob. Hey, Rob, Wait Not is going great. 45 pounds in 51 days. I'm doing an apple day today. That's when you, one of the things on Wait Not, when you hit what's called a plateau, is
you can beat it in a day.
You get all apples, right?
Yeah, you just eat apples for a day.
You get as many as you want, right?
And all of a sudden the plateau stops. It's amazing how it works.
It's just one of those neat little things they know because they do the research at Wait Not. It's only 2 p.m. and I feel like I've lost 10 pounds since this morning. Keep up the great work. Love the show, and that's from Nate. I give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Nate.
Way to go, Nate. And we're talking about the program that I'm on right now, Wait Not, and really enjoying the way I feel with Wait Not. You know, one of the reasons I got involved, again, with the Wait Not program was because, I've got the little guy, and I want to make sure that I get as much weight off in as short a period of time before he becomes, a maniac terror running around the house.
You know what's
and getting
amazing is the way he's growing and the way you're losing. The average weight in the house is staying the same.
I didn't ever thought
If
of
you
that.
add up all the weights in the house, it's unchanging.
It's very cool because, like anything else, it does require a commitment.
Sure.
Wait Not does require a commitment, but when you dive in and you really... I did this once, and this is the second time I'm really doing it all in. And I've read so much more about it this time, and there's so much information. It's constant, and I try experiments all the time with different foodstuffs, and you can eat real food, and I love it, and you're going to love it too. And it shows me that by my Mike getting involved, a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon again, and I think that's a really good thing because they do offer you the real food. I know what to get in the grocery store. I know what's good. I know what my body reacts to positively and what my body doesn't react to positively. And really, is it low on the carbohydrates? Yes, it is. It's low on the carbohydrates because that's
kind of what your body should be having anyway.
A very efficient way to lose the weight. I think, women are very successful on Wait Not. I think men are very, very successful on Wait Not.
What's amazing is how fast it makes a difference. And we had an example of it last week when we were at that karaoke night that was unair conditioned.
Right.
You said to me, I couldn't have done this 7 days ago.
Yeah, if I was with Wait Not, I would have been out of that room. I would not have wanted to be in that room. It was 100 degrees in there.
You can genuinely change your life in 7 days just
Please
by jumping
keep sending me your success stories. If you want success stories, go to the Wait Not Facebook page and find out more. Go to waitnot.com. Plans start as low as $5 a day. And remember, here's their special for this month only. You get up to $200 off if you're in the military, you're in the government, or you're a teacher. I love this. They're taking care of the teachers. Wait Not. Show us what you're made of, and we thank you, thank you, thank you. Well,
just think, Mike, soon a fat teacher will be a thing of the past.
Yay! Yay, we're happy about that. Well, what a weekend it was in the O'Mara household.
Busy.
Well, I really rarely sequester myself in a bedroom, but, we had quite a night on Thursday night.
Oh,
and
of course.
So we had quite a night on Thursday.
Oh, that was the karaoke night.
I had more of a night than either one of you guys, and I was allowed to vegetate on Friday, and I went into the bedroom. And Oscar has been talking like everybody else. This is as late to the party on a major smash hit television show that I have ever been. I mean, this guy's been collecting Emmy awards, and this show's been getting awards for years.
Right.
And I never tracked with it. I just never paid attention to it. The show is Breaking Bad, and I dove in.
How much did you watch this weekend?
I knocked out a season.
The first
knocked out
season?
a season pretty much one evening into the next day.
Okay, I got a question to ask you. I tried watching this show when it was on season 1.
Mm-hmm.
I found it literally unpleasant, the first episode.
Oh, it's delightfully unpleasant.
Is it worth me trying it again?
Yeah, I think it's
You love it?
Oh, it's incredible. Well, what it really is, it's the put upon, man story. It's the guy that's just broken because he's had so much laid on him.
Bad.
He's really, but I mean, he's gotten such a horrible life. And he's so miserable, and he finally figures out, I'm going to do something completely out of the box.
And it struck a chord.
Why not cook meth?
It struck a chord. And again, I was late to the party as well. Our friend Chad got me onto it about 2 to 3 years ago.
Right.
And I said to myself, well, I like this. I like the show. And then next thing you know, I'm consuming seasons.
Yes.
Binging on them.
Right.
And we're
easy to do.
And last night, the last 6 episodes started, or last 8 episodes started. And as I sit here, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait till I can sit down and watch them because I like to binge on them as well.
So you're not going to watch it as it goes?
It's a great way to watch television.
I will watch it probably 2 or 3 at a time. I like sitting down and checking them out. But I will say it's kind of hard these days because you get so many spoilers online.
Oh my God, it was all about Facebook.
It's
Facebook
tough.
was all about Breaking Bad.
I haven't looked at Facebook at all because I don't want it to mess up my experience. So hopefully I'll catch it sooner or later this week.
Well, he's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and the characters.
Great career. I mean, he's always been great.
And there are parallels on that show. People that I know, that guy in law enforcement. I'll be honest with you. I know guys like that. I know guys exactly that brother-in-law. I know guys like that.
I knew you'd love him.
And
as soon as I said, I even mentioned it. I can't believe I hadn't talked to you about it in the past. I think maybe I mentioned it in passing. As soon as I saw it, I said, oh my God, that DEA agent. He's going to be the guy that Mike loves.
He's just funny, but he's such a hard ass, and it's just great. And so who knows? I got a lot of TV watching to knock that out because my goal is to catch up.
You've got 4 more seasons
before this season is.
Did your
over.
wife question what you were doing at all?
She didn't want to jump on the bandwagon.
Oh,
I
no.
gave her. I drove.
Did she try at all?
No. Because,
and Pony, start our backup recorder, would you?
And because we're driving along, and I said, listen, I will give you the whole synopsis right now if you say you'll watch the second episode with me, the second season.
Mm-hmm.
And
who can turn down a personalized story from radio's Mike
Rob.
O'Mara?
And so I went.
I would jump on at that point.
I went over the whole thing with
Once
her, and she said, "Nah, not my cup of tea." And so that was it. And Mrs. O'Mara likes competition shows
and the Jersey Housewives.
She likes reality-based television, and exclusively reality. Anything.
Well, this is very real.
What's that?
With the meth, this is very real.
No, it's a written, scripted drama. That's what it is.
You enjoyed it, though.
Yeah. It's what's that?
You loved it.
I'm thinking about it right now.
You make me feel.
I'd rather be upstairs watching it than doing this show right now.
You make me feel bad now because you were the only guy I knew that didn't watch it with me.
Right.
And now I'm on an island alone.
But you don't watch anything. You watch your black and white. That's what you watch.
But the good TV I tend to try to seek out.
You watch like comedies. Do you watch any drama? Do you watch any currently made drama?
Do you watch Dexter?
I gave up on Dexter a couple seasons ago.
Oh, Dexter's rocking and rolling.
Back?
Oh, Dexter's kicking ass this season.
You know what I look at?
Dexter's great.
I watch Bones.
Okay.
I like the mystery shows.
That's a good one.
I like the Hawaii
Is Bones
5-0.
still on the air?
Yes, it is.
Okay, very good.
Hawaii 5-0 is very good.
There you go. Okay, so you're proving me wrong.
And
This
you
is
know
a good
what?
thing.
It's the most beautiful show on television.
As far as the way it's shot?
Well, because of the high
It's
definition.
shot beautifully.
And Mike, Hawaii.
Yes.
It really is just a commercial for high
Right.
definition television.
It's shot so beautifully, man.
And I don't watch The Good Wife.
You don't?
I know, I tried. I
love
didn't
The
like
Good
that.
Wife.
You know what? I'm going to find this Breaking Bad program.
Okay, it's a guy show.
I got
Okay,
a lot
my
of people.
opinion-
Yeah, they wrote me. They said, "Thank you for mentioning it." I didn't find it. I
Right.
just know I'm not in the last season catching up on it, but I will tell you that there's only a handful of shows I sit down to, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to spend the next 13 hours of my life trying to figure out what's going on in the show.
Is his character in it? Is it very much like the father in Malcolm in the Middle?
No,
That was a joke.
No, not at all. But
Just
it's
being silly.
But it's cool, and the guy that plays his partner is just brilliant. Is brilliant. I mean, I've met about 70 of those guys right in my bar in Manassas.
Really?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Makes me wonder if you drove around our little community right here.
Oh,
you'd
I guarantee it.
You'd probably find a Lab or 3.
Yeah.
Where
Where did you meet those guys?
In my bar in Manassas.
If you own a failing restaurant, contact us at foodnetwork.com.
How long you been waiting for that one?
You don't even remember. We played it on Friday.
Oh, my God. Well, I did forget that. So, enjoyed that. I'll let you know. I'm not going to let you know. It's just I wanted to share that because thank you, Oscar, for hitting me.
Thank you.
Oscar said you got to watch this show.
And you know
give
what?
it a try because I never get it a proper try.
Then we can get into a Breaking Bad race to see who can watch more.
No. That takes the pleasure out of it. Last night I said to Carla, we went to bed early, and I said to Carla, she was up there, the baby was starting to sleep. I said, what do you want to watch? She said, can you give one season? Just one episode? No. And I sat there like a pouting child.
Wow.
Like a little pouting child. It was Sunday. It was early. I could have knocked off like maybe half of season 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I didn't get a chance to do
Well, because of her,
it. It looks like a pretty good little Monday.
you're better rested today. You're better rested today because
It's a
of
pretty
it.
good little Monday. The other thing we did this weekend was the amount of time has passed with baby Michael William, where
Yes.
now Carla is
And he's
allowed.
he's 6 months now?
Yes.
Yeah.
6 months old. No, he's 3 weeks. He'll be a month old. He'll be a month old on Friday.
I got the invitation to the party.
Yes, the birthday party. We're getting ponies, clowns. We've got a moon bounce. And the thing is, here's the thing. At 1 month old, there's this website where this mother was saying you shouldn't have a moon bounce for a 1 month old.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
BS.
I said that's the best age for them.
Yeah, well, what's great is...
They don't have to worry about, you can just bounce them almost like dribbling a basketball.
Exactly. They really... Just make sure you lace up the door because you don't want them spilling
No,
out.
I'm in there with them. I have
know,
to
but
be.
Mike,
Come on, you know how that works.
You can't control everything.
That's the comment that'll get people to go, oh, he really took his kid on a moon bounce?
Why not?
Oh, my
That's
God.
right. Well, you waited for the tattoo to heal.
There we go. Look at my boy. Look at my hey,
Who knows what that brain's doing in there?
There we go. Isn't that fantastic? That's great.
Bouncing off
There we
that,
go. That's terrible.
that skull.
Making a joke at my son's expense.
That
But
was my skull.
one of the deals is I'm so wasted. After 3 weeks, apparently breast pumping is acceptable, and Mama, wants to have a moment or two to get out of the house, and
Sure.
without having to be there where the baby gets hungry. We want to feed the baby, so it's breast milk time, and so it's breast pumping time, and so I
That
am
meant
charged.
something so different to you a couple of years ago, didn't it?
Saturday night, I am charged with the duty of assembling this thing and getting it ready. And we have to sanitize all the things that come in contact with the breast and the bottles and all that.
It's a big undertaking, a lot of equipment. And is it like the game Mousetrap?
It's very similar to Mousetrap.
Yeah.
A lot of plastic.
Yeah. Oh.
A lot of plastic.
You're a builder man.
But it's really
Assemblyman.
actually quite simpler. It's very simple. You just put the tube in the suction device and turn it on. It has varying degrees of intensity, and it's kind of...
The results have been incredible.
I remember pumping from when my when I pumped my children's breast milk. Boy, I was sore.
I bet.
But it's a process that's not fun to watch. I'll be honest.
Why
with
would you
It's
watch?
Really
Now,
sad.
is it a
Well, you're there and you're helping, and we were all out there. We were out on the sun porch.
Is it
handle
electric? Is it really? Were you
No,
selling
no,
tickets?
Rob, it's steam.
Well, I was going to say, because it could be
It's steam
It
run.
could be battery.
Yeah, if it's
Well, that's
wireless.
electric too.
Or it could be
It has a battery pack.
or it could be like a bicycle pump.
They have those too.
Yeah,
but this
yeah.
is electric.
Good.
Woogie, 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 woogie.
So it's like a dust buster for your breast.
This particular one that we got, it's a double pumper. So you can pump from both breasts.
At the same time?
That's a little greedy, don't you think?
Well, no, it's just the time efficient. You know, it's you get
both
more.
Breasts?
Both breasts, and you put it on there. Here's painful. The problem: we're not. It didn't work.
How come?
It didn't. She would start, and it looked like it was rocking and rolling. And then I don't want to go into the real details here.
Why would you?
But the fact is that let's just say that the spigot opened, and then it didn't stay open.
This sounds like the same thing that OPEC talks about when the gas prices go up. You know? Like
we're regulating
one of the refineries doesn't work. Oh, is the price of breast milk going to go up now?
Were there times where you thought it was going great, and then you looked into, I guess, what you would call the receptacle, and there was no
nothing
evidence
happening. Because I was kind of fascinated with the process.
Well, I bet. What's not to like?
What happened? What went wrong?
It just stopped, and it was going, and then it was, it stopped, and now I'm uncomfortable talking about it all of a sudden.
You brought it up.
We might have to tap into the residual supply of breast milk that they have down in Texas.
Do you think? Hire the ladies?
But we need presidential authorization.
Yeah,
to
you
do.
do.
Do you think?
I'm going to tell little Jabril. I want you to tap into the residual breast milk supply. There we go.
The Federal Reserve?
Welcome to Air Force One.
How long since she had
You want
fed?
Sprite, Coke, or breast milk?
Or a mix.
Yeah.
How long since she had fed between that time and when you pumped?
And she feeds every 2 hours or so.
So I'm wondering if maybe you should have let a little more time pass.
I don't know. It's
But
just
does it open up into a larger pump?
I don't know.
Okay.
Did you shame her?
No. She's in a delicate way. You don't shame a woman who's trying to,
Well, you failed again.
Yeah, it was. I did. It has different.
We need more output.
It has different degrees of intensity. So I turned it up a little too hard the first time, and almost pulled her nipple off. So
no!
Wow. But then it starts. All right, here's the detail I wanted to spare you, but I have to give it to you.
It's like Homer Simpson running the power plant.
I'm going to give now. This is. Look, if you're squeamish about this, I want you to turn your radios down right now because the fact is,
use the skip feature.
Use the skip feature because I'm going to give a detail about the whole breast pump situation.
Okay.
There are two different phases. There is stimulation phase and then there is letdown phase, okay? So I have to do this with a mouth sound.
You know what?
I have to do this with a mouth sound because otherwise
I have those moments with my wife as well.
Thank you.
Stimulation followed by letdown. Yes. Going on 17 years.
So stimulation phase is this.
Okay.
Ugh.
All right. Letdown phase is.
Is there like a switch on the pump?
There's an actual button. It happens automatically.
A button.
It happens. A button.
There's a button on the
There's
pump.
a button on it. The Brian Butterfield School of Breast Pumps. That's right. She isn't making milk.
I may have to buy a new belt.
So that baby is so well fed, we might have to get another. So anyway.
So do you start with the stimulation button?
Yes. The stimulation. You don't. That's the first thing that comes on is the.
Sure.
And then
you run to your chair and get ready.
You either press the button to switch to the letdown phase,
right.
or
button.
you, and it's. I'm not using the right word. Letdown is not the right word. But the next phase is.
How long do you think you should stay in phase one before you switch to phase two?
It switches automatically after 2 minutes.
The
machine
built-in
does.
Timer,
but with
like
her,
an electric toothbrush.
But with her, it looked like things were happening, so I immediately pressed the button.
Oh, you messed
and then
with
it was
it.
like, what's that?
You messed with
No,
it.
you said it says on the instructions.
You weren't patient.
No, it says on the instructions you can hit that button if you think that if the milk is starting to come, which it was.
Okay.
And then then we switched boobs. Because we were only using the pump for one, and we switched to the other one.
But you can do two at once.
Well, we tried the two at once, but the right one wasn't providing enough suction. That's about all I ever want to say about breastfeeding.
I understand.
And this, but
I think it's going to really come full circle, and you'll be doing fine. Maybe you just started a little too eally in the process.
Carla's friend Angela, who's a lactation consultant, is going to be coming by to assist with that, so we know what's going on.
She's not like the milk Nazis at the hospital.
No, she's terrific.
Have you looked into fracking?
Yes, send one down in there. Break her up, boys. We're all set to go. So, anyway, hopefully...
Well, good luck with that, I guess.
I'll keep y'all posted.
And keep your hands off that button.
I will. When we come back, I'll talk about my most terrifying natural disaster. Rob's got a TV review, and Oscar's got a movie review. You're listening to The Mike O'Mara Show.
Like to say, I'm moving in stereo. Like to say.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. One of the things I did this weekend also, the vintage episodes of Saturday Night Live. I was sequestered in my bedroom for most of the weekend. When I wasn't out helping with the breast pump, I was watching television. And I love the 1970s Saturday Night Live. And I get it on Hulu. Control is the best thing to have. And right now, Control just got a lot easier thanks to Hulu Plus. This is fantastic. Hulu Plus allows you to watch anything you want, anywhere you want. Use your TV, use all of your Blu-rays, use your Roku, Apple TV, your PC, your smartphones, your tablets, all of it. It's all there, and it's on demand at all times. Listen, this is a special deal just for TMOS listeners. You're going to get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus. The regular free trial is, I believe, 1 month, correct?
It's 1 week.
1 week.
It's 1 week. I'm sorry. 1 week. They give it 2 weeks.
2 weeks!
If you're a TMOS listener and you put our code in there. Give it a try. You will love it. Just click the Hulu Plus banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com or go to HuluPlus.com/TMOS for 2 free weeks of great shows like Family Guy, Lost, Modern Family, The Daily Show. If you're like me, you're always missing The Daily Show because it's just
bad
on
time.
at a weird time, and there's other stuff. So you want to talk about a great show to stockpile and watch in a row. The Daily Show is a great example on Hulu Plus. It's endless. It's a free trial, and it starts the minute you click the banner. Before you know it, you'll be watching your favorite current shows and amazing classic TV, all on your schedule. Take control of your TV watching experience. Just click the Hulu Plus banner, Hulu Plus rather, at MikeO'MaraShow.com or go to HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Do it and do it right now. Wow!
Do it!
All right.
You take a breath. We're going to have to hook you up to a pump.
Thank you very much. Anyway, you went to a movie this weekend.
No, I actually sat at home. This is the thing.
I thought you were going to go see a movie this weekend.
I wanted to see a movie, but then for some reason, my girlfriend decided that she doesn't like going to movies anymore.
Like Carla?
It's so weird.
Shannon's like
Carla
Carla
now? I don't know what happened.
Shannon won't go to the theater with you?
I looked at it, I said, look, I'm not
Theater.
going alone on a Friday night, so I'm going to see what's on demand, basically.
I've gone to many matinees by myself, but to walk into a Friday evening show by my onesies, that's loser
It looks sad.
Yeah, Sunday nights as far as I'll go.
Right.
And that's part of the weekend, but you're absolutely right. A matinee alone, that's the best way you can go if you got to go alone.
Right.
So Tom Cruise's movie Oblivion, when it was out in theaters, is something I wanted to see.
Right.
I did not get a chance to see, but now it was on iTunes. So I sat there by myself, put my wireless headphones on, and she went to bed.
Like Bob Hope.
And
I want to tell you.
I'm going to watch this, and I'm going to enjoy it, and nobody's going to interrupt me with any questions or concerns.
Was Tom Cruise pleasant in this movie? I don't like Tom Cruise by and large, but
hard to take sometimes.
He makes some good movies.
See, I think that's where we part ways, because
You're a fan?
Because Tom Cruise is young and hip.
Oh, no, I don't.
Not anymore.
I don't think about his kind of his craziness. I don't think about him jumping on the couch with Katie Holmes. I think about him just putting together a movie, and I tried to separate that personal with actual.
All right,
with
let me give you an
screen.
example. For this argument, I will give you my one movie where if you want to hate Tom Cruise, rent the movie or get the movie Cocktail.
Oh, I love that movie.
Oh my God! It's where he's at his assiest.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
He's such a little
Cocktail and Dreams. Tell me about it.
He is He's a little preening ass.
I've not been able to take Tom Cruise seriously since I saw Ben Stiller do an impression of him in A Few Good Men when he's doing the monologue and they've got his teeth huge and white and he looks at the camera as Tom Cruise and says, "How am I doing at acting?" Pretty good, right? And that's really what I think he's out there on the screen to act for us. And it's hard for me to watch.
Well worth your $5.99 rental.
Change back on $6.
Oblivion was okay.
Yeah, no, it was. Look, if you're into sci-fi, I had a good time watching.
Does Oblivion have Morgan Freeman in it too?
It does.
Hello there, Tom.
You can't go wrong there.
I'm going to take you to my strange planet. There we are.
Oh, that movie. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes.
And then I made the mistake of renting G.I. Joe right afterwards because I wasn't ready to go to bed around 3 a.m. And I said,
your taste in movies is pure tar.
Well, the latest G.I. Joe is out, and it's only $4.99. And I haven't
Oscar,
seen it yet.
Battleship not available?
I've seen Battleship.
Of course you have.
Rental.
You didn't want to look at the Steven Seagal series? You didn't want the Steven Seagal box set or the Jackie Chan box set?
I would wait for G.I. Joe, the latest rendition, I think it's called Redemption, to come out on cable or whatever movie channel you watch.
It has wrestlers in it, doesn't it? Have
The Rock
in
is your main character.
I'm looking for the one where G.I. Joe has a sex change. It's called
come on.
G.I. Joe menstruation.
No. It wasn't horrible, but I wanted those 2 hours back.
Yeah, it's G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Oblivion, I can understand. I'd watch that.
You would watch it especially if it was apostrophe Oblivion.
Yes.
It could be an Irish movie.
Oblivion. Hi, hello. We're on. Hello, and it's about a bunch of guys that just go out and get wasted.
That's right. And how do they drink until they're in Oblivion?
And the guy's name is Oblivion. Right. And it's like he's always drunk, like first thing in the morning, all the way through the entire day.
Patrick Oblivion.
And what bar does he go to?
I'm flattered again.
What bar does he go to?
He goes to O'Mara's in Manassas. and then he goes down to Reraw.
No, mostly.
My God, it's hot in here.
Mostly he goes to O'Mara's.
If you own a failing restaurant, contact us at foodnetwork.com.
Thank you very much. What is his name?
Robert Irvine.
Robert Irvine.
Robert's favorite show.
Look at the dust. Look at the dust on top of the counter. You can't have anybody here.
What he loves to do is open the soda gun.
Right.
You know, the thing that squirts all the time. You're going to kill somebody.
Take a look at that gunk. Look at that gunk right in there. Do you want someone to die?
Robert.
Do you want someone to die?
Robert,
yes,
there's a fan here. Oblivion wants to meet you.
Oh, Oblivion. I can't even understand what he's saying. He's completely inebriated.
Do you want him to die?
If you continue to drink in this bar the way you're drinking, you're going to die. You are going to die. And I have to... Excuse me, can someone find me a smaller polo shirt?
No, that's the smallest one we have.
I can't. I want to fit into it and I have to show my massive muscles.
We brought you a shirt from Michael William O'Mara, Mr. Irvine.
If you store your chicken on this row above the vegetables, you're going to kill someone. Someone will die.
What if we leave pasta open and exposed in the kitchen?
That is going to kill someone. Now, where's my design team? Bring the plastic for mica cover in.
How long will the design last?
3 days after the taping concludes. Look at how beautiful these rubes think my place looks, even though it's made out of paper mache and Elmer's glue.
Robert, we haven't cleaned the ice chest in 2 weeks. What's going to happen?
You're going to kill someone. Now, I changed your sign. You had a lovely logo of a fish with a hook in its mouth. I took some stencils and sent my design team, put some poster board up there. Now, when it rains heavily, the sign will not last more than an hour and a half.
Bring it in.
But you have a delightful new restaurant.
No, Robert.
We followed up on one. Carl and I watched.
I always follow up, and they always
especially
fail.
the local ones.
Yeah, they always fail.
They fail. They fail like a week after the guy leaves.
I always feel like they go on there to straighten out the business, except for the one with Amy's cookbook.
Yeah, they were
was.
completely
beyond
yeah, so Amy's Bake Shop. So that one, outside of that one, I feel like you get on there,
right?
You get set up, you're on TV.
Yeah.
They take all the beauty shots, they recut it, and then they sell the restaurant.
Oh, absolutely. They either do that or the people really do buy in, and they, I think as a restaurateur, what I would have done, if I know that I'm going to get like a $10,000 makeover.
If you own a failing restaurant, contact us at foodnetwork.com.
Change my sign and give me new bar stools.
You'll take it for the shame.
Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. But you have to go through a lot of that, and it really does astonish me, having owned a restaurant and having known what it is to have the health department come by and inspect a walk-in cooler. And really, food storage is like the industry standard. Most people that have been in the restaurant, if you've got a guy managing your kitchen that knows what he's doing, and you see these people and the way they store food. It's mind-boggling. You never know.
Do you know what happens if you don't date everything in the walk-in cooler? You're going to kill somebody.
You're going to kill somebody. Look at this chicken. It's sitting in its own juices. You're going to kill someone.
Also, isn't the menu too big, Robert?
This menu, listen. This menu is 2 pages long with 14 entrees on it. I'm going to give you a half-page menu with one.
An index
fried
card?
Chicken.
It's an index card.
It's an index card. Now, it'll weather after a few months, and for God's sakes, don't get any food stains on it.
Now, if you eat the index card, what happens?
You're going to kill someone. You are going to kill someone. Look at this floor. There's a half an inch of dust on here, you complete moron. But don't worry, we're going to give you a renovation that would normally cost $130,000.
How much will you pay?
We're going to do it for
$10,000?
because we use only quality materials.
What about your sledgehammer?
The sledgehammer, if you carry that way, you're going to kill someone. We will take a break, come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show.
You keep singing like that, you're going to kill somebody.
Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Encore Insurance Services, LLC. Encore are wonderful people who bring you this show every single weeknight on 102.9 WTNT. If you would like your free life insurance quote, and you might just get a deal you want to take advantage of like Oscar Santana did, visit smartterm.com or call them right now. Do it now. At 866-347-5748. They'll do all the work for you. Encore will compare the rates to help you save. They're terrific. Get their license and disclaimer at smartterm.com. And be sure to thank them for sponsoring TMOS, Encore Insurance Services at smartterm.com. Well, and we're back.
Good.
Thank you, Gordon. I noticed on Facebook, Rob Spiewak, that you were bitching about a particular television program that you said you actually had to walk away
I did.
from.
I so rarely walk away from the television. Right now, it's at Camp Julia at my house. She has two friends over for a few days, and so her friend Katie and her friend Emily are there. So I pretty much surrendered the TV that's in the family room to them. And I came up last night. Carrie was home. Movie that it's based on?
No.
The movie that it's based on is really engaging and really cool.
Isn't catfishing when you lie on the internet to lure somebody in?
And this guy, Neve Schulman, I think is his name. He's from out of town. And he actually...
Is he German?
No.
Is he foreign?
He's Eastern.
This is for this episode, correct? This individual episode?
Well, no, right now to talk about the movie.
Okay, I've seen the movie.
Where the movie got started, he was catfished, and they really did track the mystery in real time.
Yeah.
And you found out what went on.
There might be people that need a refresher because it hasn't been in the news a lot, but catfishing is...
fake internet profile.
A fake profile. They lure people in, and they get people sometimes to send money, sometimes to show up at a place, and they don't look anything like they do.
It's usually based around dating. You're dating someone who you think looks like a certain person because they provided you with photographic evidence. You've never met Manti Teo.
Exactly.
And you go through this process where you build a relationship, you go to meet, and it's somebody else.
Now, the original movie was really great because you learned about it as he did, and it was a tremendous payoff. He was supposed to be talking to like a 17-year-old artist.
Here's a great sentence.
And it was an old lady who was taking care of special needs children who totally fooled him.
This is really a very clear wiki description.
Okay.
On the internet, a catfish is a person who creates fake personal profiles on social media sites, pretending to be someone more outwardly appealing than his or her true self by using someone else's pictures and false biographical information.
There you go.
Catfishing, right?
Perfect. So they did a TV show based on this premise. The first season, I would dare say they used many of their greatest ideas. And they're back for season 2.
Is this a reality-based show?
It is.
Right.
And it's the same thing. It's the same two guys that did the movie, but doing it on a weekly basis on MTV. This one, this week, was so shoddy that my jaw was starting to drop. The girls were watching it because kids love this hip new show. And I'm kind of looking in. The guy is a moron who is talking to a girl who says that I haven't really been the same since my accident, but I'd really love to meet you. And they've talked on the phone.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah, please.
So this show is predicated on people putting out these fake profiles.
People that are
dating people.
Using the show to seek out people that they've been dating, like via Facebook. And for reasons that vary week to week, they've not been able to have a face-to-face connection. So it's like a halfway detective show.
Wait a minute.
Halfway a dating show.
I'm totally confused.
Why?
So, because I'm not sure I'm getting. So they create the fake persona on the show?
No, they investigate someone who has already made a fake persona.
Okay, so they research people by reading this guy. I just had an accident.
For example, like if I was in a relationship with someone in Arizona,
right?
All right, and I had not met them, and I've tried to meet them multiple times, but something would come up.
You'd call the show.
I'd call, be like, hey, I'm in this relationship. Maybe you could help me track this person
Awesome.
down.
Now, see, I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
And so
I'd be
they're
watching
using
that one.
They're using, Google search and Google Maps, and they're doing everything. But by the time they're on season 2, they've really played a lot of their cards already.
As far as their strategies for hunting people down?
For example, it took them 6 minutes last night to locate a yearbook. When Carrie and I are yelling at the TV, go to the library!
Right.
Go to the library and look at the flipping yearbook! They said, what do you think we can do? What sort of public document would have the name of someone from a high school and a photograph of them? What can we do? Is it on the internet? What about a yearbook? Do they digitize them? No! But they're at a library!
Are high school yearbooks at libraries?
And that's where they ended up going.
At libraries.
At libraries.
Right.
So it goes on, and this stupid guy trying to find this girl who is kind of cute in her pictures, doesn't match up to her high school picture. They show up.
Was she a troll?
She was not a troll, but she was heavy.
And she was heavy in high school.
No, not heavy in high school.
Oh, okay.
Heavy now.
Oh, heavy
but
now.
he was only being seen pictures of her when she wasn't
So
heavy.
do they take like camera crews to the person's house?
And they knock on the door.
How's that bad?
They do.
Because by the detective work here was shoddy and not engaging.
So
it can be a good show.
Let me say, but and I might agree with your beef about this show is that it's manufactured television.
Oh, my God.
Where they create more drama than they should. Where I think if they just got more volume and went from person to person to person to person, it
Now
might be a
here's
lot
the
more
problem.
fun.
I'm so upset by the fact that
Catfish a show.
this guy is like, well, I feel good that I helped you get through your accident, but you lied to me and you can't take the. And so they're doing the Catfish resolution.
Who was the one that said they had the accident?
The lady did have an accident, and I'm getting to that.
Okay, so she's really not catfishing then.
No, she is, because she was sending him pictures that weren't her currently.
Oh, okay. Bitch.
So I looked at the clock, and the Catfish resolution, it was like at 48 minutes past the hour. And I said,
Right.
this show should almost be done.
Yes.
And what I realized is that they hadn't started the filler yet. So they do the resolution of the Catfish. The guy walks away mad. The girl is sad. And then they do
Was she kind of nasty looking?
She was a mess.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She was a hot mess?
And she cried because this
What was
guy-
her accident?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
But what happened?
Settle down.
They
I'm
did
sorry,
like-
I'm curious.
They did like 2 minutes filler of the cameraman and the host, whatever the hell they are, at a theme park. Just filler. And it doesn't have anything to do with the show.
I think I know why you hate this show.
And they're running around and they're playing games, and this has nothing to. Then they come back to
Can
do
I
it-
ask? Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
Is it in the same vein as those guys that they did the reality show on that were metal detectors?
Yes.
The same BS? Just a bunch of crap because they don't have enough real content?
Then they come back, and it's now like 10 minutes until the top of the hour. And well, how are they going to fill? Well, they do a one-on-one with the lady. And the lady, her accident was an automobile accident in which she lost her eye.
Oh, no.
And she's talking about, well, my left eye this, and my left eye that.
Right.
And she doesn't, if you saw her walking down the street, you wouldn't notice that she had a glass eye. Carrie says, I think the right eye is fake. I said, no, look closely.
Yeah, she's catfishing. Of course it's the right eye. It's the wrong eye.
The dead eye's on the left. And she says all
Going to
this.
hell.
And then she comes
So
up,
wrong.
and then they just start not focusing on the
She
show.
was sending pictures out to people of Sammy Davis Jr.
Sandy Duncan. And so they're now not even talking about anything that has to do with the show. They're just focusing on her glass eye.
Oh, no.
Who's the celebrity you most resemble, young lady? Peter Falk.
Hey, excuse me on Facebook.
One little thing.
I hate to bother you.
You look a lot better
So they
online
asked-
than you do in person.
They say, what's it like having a glass eye? And at this point, it's not even about catfishing anymore. She says,
Right.
no biggie, I can take it out.
Oh, no.
And he says, you can just take, how do you do it? She says, I use my finger.
Oh.
And this is when,
But then again, I'm getting close to the TV. at
no,
that
no,
point.
I stood up from my chair and I'm starting to exit the room because
This is when you raved out on Facebook about it.
I did. And she says, I can just pop it out. I'll show you.
Right.
And I'm out of the room and I hear Carrie, Emily, Katie, and Julia all go, ah!
So messed up.
Because this fat, unfortunate woman,
Was that her only really malady from the accident? Was her eye?
well, the steroids for the healing has caused her to put on a lot of weight.
How big was she? A deuce?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So she was kind of, not super silly, like
If
400 pounds.
you take the eye out of it, she's fixing it. So she does. She
Does
takes.
she look like
This
she
sounds
could
like
be?
a cruel show.
It does sound like a very
But
cruel
the
show.
thing that troubles me, and what I said on Facebook, this is why the rest of the world hates us.
But she's the catfisher, so screw her, eye and all. I don't care if she's lying to people.
Screw her if you want, but the basis of this show is not watching her go and take her eye out that was so obviously tacked on at the end of the show.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Hearing your explanation, the basis of this show should be tracking these liars down and busting them on it.
And sometimes
It works
people
out.
see through the lie
Well, you
and
sound like
they
you're
get
defending
together.
her.
Well,
You
no,
sound like
once
you
in a
like-
while,
You like
people
Oscar's got a soft spot.
No,
for
I've seen
catfishers.
it. Once in a while, some people get past because it's not so egregious. Look, it's one thing if you go.
Sometimes they lie about their sex.
And you're expecting Michelle Phillips, and then you get Mama Cass, right? That's that's two different animals right there.
But Mama Cass, to be clear, had both of her eyes.
Okay, but sometimes people get past the initial lie because it's something like just weight gain or something different, and they're like, okay, well, I love your personality.
A lot
Most
of times what the catfisher will say is, I may have lied about the fact that I was a woman, but everything else I said was true, and I care about it.
When I was single, I would send out a profile picture that was not me because I wanted to get a better response, even though people who knew. So I found somebody who looked similar to me.
Yes.
And, that for somebody busted me out, that's not really you. I could almost make the case that it was.
Yeah, and who was
so it? was this picture.
Who's the guy?
That I sent out.
Oh, Jan Michael Vincent.
Jan Michael Vincent.
Well, you wore your hair longer then.
There it is.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I'll put that picture up on.
But you know what? I feel like I'm part of the problem because I watched almost the entire first season of Catfish, and now that I'm back and I see some tweaks that have been made. For example, the cameraman is a lot more involved in talking.
Oh,
and the
okay.
other thing that drives me crazy is the constant sequences of them in a small hotel room, just the two of them, doing internet research. And I said to Julie, I said, look at them pretending there's not another camera crew in the hotel room with them, which there is.
It's sad,
It
and
is
I know.
so manufactured. It
But
drives
that's
me nuts.
it, and that's what. Listen, people are slopping it right up. They're loving it, and that's what we have. And you have in the area of reality television, you have the good ones and you have the not so good ones,
Right.
and the bad ones. And there is a formula because there is no original idea. That's just the way it goes. There is a formula, and the formula can best be the best example I can give you would be Full Throttle Saloon, where you've got Jesse James Dupree,
right,
who will come by and you'll have reality footage of the bar where something really not all that dramatic is happening, but cut to Jesse James Dupree talking about how scary dramatic it is.
Sure.
And they do this now.
They build the plot line.
They completely hype it, and it's BS.
The plot line is built in what they call the confessional, because that is how they can build their narrative.
Here's
and then
the
you
thing.
can find any footage to support it.
Even a show like Deadliest Catch
right.
Does that. But at least Deadliest
There's
Catch,
danger.
which is one of the granddaddies of all of this material.
Yes.
Deadliest Catch, they're out in one of the seriously most dangerous jobs in the world, and they're on that boat, and they've got a camera crew probably jeopardizing their own lives, getting these shots out there in the Bering Sea. And then all of them sort of fell from this show, where they try to create drama, and there's certain things that aren't dramatic.
But again, Catfish is, well, with all due respect to anyone listening around, including myself, it's probably meant for that MTV audience.
Yeah, it's not, they're not catering to me.
A 16-year-old that's figuring out if their homework is due tomorrow isn't going to be like, oh my God, they're faking it in a hotel room. They're just being entertained. I used to watch The Hills and Laguna Beach. And Laguna Beach came before The Hills. This was a reality drama. And I would sit there and everyone would say that's fake. And I'd say,
that was the one with Spencer Pratt?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And I would
and then the babe that got the boob job.
And I would sit there and I would be like, oh, this isn't real. But it probably is real. You convince yourself as a kid.
It's
and at that point, I might have been in my mid-20s.
It's suspending. No, it's like so much of entertainment. What do you think a movie is? You suspend disbelief.
Yes.
True.
You suspend disbelief, and people lap that all up. And then the thing is, though, I still will commit to a reality show if I think that the actual premise is solid.
It's feasible.
If it's guys going into a swamp to get some gators, and they're going to actually jump in and wrestle a gator, I'm going to watch. If they're out there harvesting crab and, a rogue wave comes and knocks the ship, off kilter, I'm going to off kilter. Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Off kilter.
Hey, that's a bad outfit over
I am
there.
Herb Welsh.
Now, what do you buy into the concept of two pushy guys who drive around and bilk people out of their antiques?
You mean pickers?
Yes.
Hate that show.
I do too.
Because there's no drama.
I've learned to hate it.
And you know
There's
what?
no drama.
I loved
They
it
never
before I
allow
hated it
them.
now.
Manufactured drama.
They never allow themselves to be taken. Because you know what they value the product at? They say, I paid $100 for this bundle of oil cans. I think I can get $250 for it.
Have I ever done
I want to know how much they actually get for
Have
it.
I ever done my Jesse James Dupree impression?
I think it's time we have it.
They'll do a shot. They'll do it, and I'll look right into the Ustream camera and do this for this. So they'll have a shot of a bartender pouring a glass of beer, and it's half full, and it's got too much head, and she throws it into the sink. And then they cut to Jesse James Dupree. If this was happening with all of our bartenders, we could be losing thousands of dollars. And they cut back to her and then say, we felt that we needed to talk to Amber because Amber was going to cost us one hell of a lot of money. We only have 2 weeks to make this money at the Full Throttle Saloon.
Yeah. And he's repeating exactly what the director told him to say.
Like the big thing they do on Full Throttle Saloon is every season, at least they seem to do this, Jesse James Dupree performs with his band.
Right.
Now the name escapes me as far as Jackal. And so Jackal performs, and they're like one of the big headliners.
Isn't that sad, though? Isn't it sad that they're one of the big headliners?
Jackal.
Welcome to Sturgis, baby.
Yeah.
You see a lot of burned out rockers out there in Sturgis.
Did Jimmy like it?
And Jimmy, there wasn't an act that Jimmy saw.
I don't know. I thought they were a pretty good band.
Cinderella!
Woo-hoo-hoo! One of the guys from the Spencer Davis group.
So what he does is every year he has a different stunt that he does during his show.
Is it a cunning stunt?
No, it's what it is this fake drama between the owner of the place and Jesse James Dupree that I can't have him risking his life out there, and it's like such BS.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it's completely sanctioned, and it's probably
cheap show to make, though.
It's probably permitted, and but the one thing I will give them is when I was at that Full Throttle Saloon, and the babe got run over by the motorcycle.
You saw that.
God love those guys. Before they called the doctors, they brought their cameras over there.
Well, of course, and when that happened, everyone in the production truck is high-fiving because they've got their whole season.
Well,
there
are cameras every single where you turn on that. So from that standpoint, but even with that, there is not enough natural drama in a day-to-day bar operation. Outside of if you wanted to, I could watch a show called Bar Fights.
Yeah,
that would
you
be
could
fun.
star in a show called Bar Fights.
I'd love that. That would be good time fun. So they're all like that. But the one that when I stepped off officially from reality television,
dude, you better step off.
When I stepped off was when they had those metal detector dudes.
Yep.
These complete hunyaks, these losers that go out for 3 hours in a backyard scraping around looking for a Civil War bullet.
Yep.
And I'm like, these guys deserve to be hit in the head with a baseball bat.
The worst reality show on right now, and it's sort of reality, but it's also a contest show, is, do you remember The Mole? Used to be The Mole.
Yeah, Charlie started.
Charlie loved The Mole.
Where is he?
I remember that.
The Mole. This is a lot like it's called Whodunit, and I fell into it by accident, and Julia and I have started watching it based on how bad it is. It's the only reason we watch it. It's on ABC. It's on Sunday nights.
Reality?
Yeah, they invited like 12 guests to Rue Manor, which is a scary house with a butler, and every week someone gets killed. But one of them is the killer, and it is so badly set up. Their job is to try to figure out who the killer is. I don't think the writers know who the killer is yet. I watch it every week, slack-jawed at how bad and hard to follow it is. And then they've got this old Queen Butler who comes with poems and clues and everything.
Oh, God,
and it is, if you watch it, it will really shorten your life by 8 months.
There's a show that's going to be coming on really, really soon that I hear is going to blow all of these mediocre reality shows away. It's called The Regulars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, it's going to be so much better.
Everything about it is great.
So much better.
The host is great. There's panelists that are wonderful.
Right, and the producer's great.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He really is.
Are you excited about it?
You know what's hilarious about this?
Have you looked at it? Did you look at the rough cut?
I haven't watched the whole thing, not yet.
How did you look at part of the rough cut?
No.
I bet you and I
just
looked
wrote
at
a thank you, and I said, I'll check this out next week.
You know what I bet, Mike?
It's a work day. It was a Friday when I
You
got
and I
it.
are the exact
Yeah.
We'll get right on that.
I bet we watched the same part of it, you and I. I bet you looked in on it, did you not?
No, I did not.
I just looked at us.
Were we featured this time?
Not as much as I would have liked.
Really? We're still on the cutting room floor?
A little bit. Some of our best stuff will be on the bonus features of the DVD.
On my list of things to do today. It really is.
Is to look at it?
I have to look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You look great.
I do?
You do.
Oh,
you really
thank
do.
you. I
It's a
appreciate
good-looking
that.
show.
Thank you.
In a sentence, explain The Regulars.
It's a bunch of drunks.
People on social networking set up a fake profile.
Looking for a bunch of drunks to hang out with. A lot of fun to watch.
And each contestant on The Regulars has one eye.
A glass eye.
Yeah, and you pop it out with your finger.
Right.
That's all you do.
And at the end, they pop their eyes out into a shot glass and drink a vodka shooter.
It's a lot of fun.
You'll love it.
We got a lot of news you may not need today. We will take a break and come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Hope you're enjoying the Mike O'Mara Show because the Mike O'Mara Show sure enjoys you listening to us, and we love your feedback, and we love having you as our listeners. We'll be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by our Amazon page.
The best.
Amazon is the place to go for all your back-to-school needs. Everything from pencils and paper to a tiny refrigerator and a flat-screen TV to make that dorm room nice and homey, a home away from home. Plus clothes, shoes, textbooks, business supplies. If you need it, Amazon has it. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. And don't forget, it's the best place for all of your office supplies. Today and every day, save money and support the show. Just click Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com and bookmark it, Dano.
From around the globe, across the nation, and looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need, a comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, News You May Not Need.
The highly publicized multi-state search for a Southern California teenage girl probably would have taken longer if she and her abductor hadn't encountered a sharp-eyed retired sheriff. You see this guy get interviewed?
Awesome. The people of Idaho were really great about this.
Sheriff was with three other folks, 2 guys, 2 women, riding horseback in Idaho's backcountry, and they bumped into these people, and something didn't smell right. And I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about it just was fishy. 16-year-old Hannah Anderson was rescued Saturday afternoon after the former sheriff passed along his suspicions at a news conference Sunday in Boise. 71-year-old Mark John and his 3 riding mates shared details of their meeting with Anderson and James Lee DiMaggio, who was later killed in a shootout during the rescue at a remote alpine lake. So
if you want to hear from Mark, I actually have tape of him.
Let's hear what he had to say.
This is the guy. He was an ex-sheriff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
She did appear frightened, but I thought it was a fear of the horses.
And the Amber Alert was on the television, and I told my wife, I said, that is that girl we seen on the mountain.
That's right. And then he said, you won't ever get older and you won't ever die.
You won't get any older, and you won't ever die.
I guarantee you she's a little scared, but I think he might have had diabetes.
Yeah, well, that'll get you every time.
Tesla Man, you're going to like this story. I think you're going to enjoy
Tesla
this.
Man.
Tesla Man.
Twice as fast as an airplane, cheaper than a bullet train, and completely self-powered. That is the mysterious transportation system that inventor and entrepreneur Elon Musk is promising to reveal design plans for today.
Yeah.
Are you still wearing that, son?
I'm
Elon Musk?
I love it. I actually am going to be paying attention to this press conference because this is kind of cool. He has been dropping hints about his Hyperloop system for more than a year during public events, mentioning that it could never crash, would be immune to weather, and would move people from L.A. to San Francisco in a half an hour.
Is there any chance this guy's just out of his mind?
No, it's called the Hyperloop. There's actually 2 other companies that are working on this in Europe and in the States. They just
be like a subway tube, right?
It's in the bank when you send your checks or your deposits.
Pneumatic tubes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, but at a grand scale. And the one problem with these other companies in Europe and in the States is that they don't have the money. You know who has the money? Elon Musk.
Right, to do it.
Now,
how does he have all the money? Where'd he make it?
Oh, he made his money off PayPal, and then he started SpaceX, and then he started Tesla.
Okay.
And Tesla, by the way, the stock is at like 154 today.
Billionaire
so
Musk.
Glad I got it when it was cheap.
Oscar's right. He sold his first computer program, a $500 space game called Blastart, at age 12. He's earned his reputation as an inventor and entrepreneur. He co-founded online firm PayPal, electric luxury car maker Tesla Motors, and rocket building company SpaceX. This guy is constantly innovating, and I'm very excited to hear about this because really,
it's not like he's a rocket scientist.
See, you don't buy it, right?
No.
You'll never say this ain't gonna work.
No,
this ain't gonna work.
He still uses records, for God's sake.
I think it'll be great.
You're lying.
I don't think I'll fit in the tube,
Gary,
but I think it'll be great.
Let's take Amtrak. We don't need the Hyperloop.
This is kind of sad, but a big
take
story.
Amtrak from D.C. to L.A.
In entertainment, Leah Michelle made her first public appearance following the death of her co-star, Corey Monteith. She went to the Teen Choice Awards. He and Michelle played on-again, off-again couple in the show, and they were boyfriend and girlfriend in real life. I just wanted to be here today to personally thank all of you and tell everyone out there how much all of your love and support has meant to me over these very difficult past weeks. I saw some of this.
Classy move.
Very, very sad, and she was very dignified.
Very well, and you know the word everyone used, poised, and she did a great job, because she's still just a kid, too.
Yeah, she is. It was sad. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, as the saying goes, male skinny dippers in Scandinavia are being warned about a fish infamous for munching on testicles.
Listen up, Matt, because I know how you planned this vacation.
Pony Boy, it's the pacu.
What?
It's the pacu fish.
Of course it is.
Native to South America, it was found by a fisherman in the Danish-Swedish Strait of Oresun. Oresund? I'll say it's Oresund. Oresund.
Fisherman.
Mama poots the pies out the pool.
Meatballs.
Though the fish has big teeth and looks menacing, it is generally known as a friendly cousin of the piranha.
What?
That's what I saw a picture of it.
That's like being a friendly cousin to Adolf Hitler. This is Frank Hitler. He's very friendly.
The pacu's large teeth aren't as sharp as the piranhas, but are fully capable of severing fishing lines and fingers. And the pacu is vegetarian, unlike its meat-eating cousin. So why should swimmers beware? Pacu fish love. I'm just reading the story, folks. They love crushing nuts with their powerful jaws, and sometimes can mistake the male reproductive organs for their favorite snack.
Well, they're called nuts.
Yeah. Back in 2005, a woman named Jennifer Wilbur was driving drunk in Skagit County, Washington. She was doing 34 on a curvy road with a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, hopped a curb, and hit an electric pole.
Okay.
Her friend Nathan Lohman was in the passenger seat at the time and ended up with a permanently disfigured right arm. So Jennifer pleaded guilty to felony vehicular assault, and Nathan sued her. And now, Jennifer is suing the power company for putting the pole too close to the road.
You're kidding me.
It was 4.47 feet from the road and was supposed to be at least 10 feet from the road. Yeah, they really should have guessed someone would get drunk and recklessly plow into it.
God, people.
Washington State Supreme Court just ruled that, yes, Jennifer can sue the Puget Sound Energy for negligence. She can also sue the county for allowing the pole to go up, and Nathan can also sue the power company and the country.
She should also sue schools for making her an idiot.
Only... But isn't that amazing? In our judicial system, sometimes it works that way.
And they allow them to do it. Do you think she'll realize anything from it?
You know,
she will.
If it legally,
I think she will, and I hate that.
If it was legally supposed to be 10 feet from the road and it was 4 feet from the road, it was half the distance.
Yeah.
You can make a case for it. Only one of the 9 Washington Supreme Court justices voted for letting Jennifer sue, against letting her sue. He wrote that taxpayers shouldn't have to potentially pay because a criminal hurt themselves or someone else. And I say, good for that justice.
Yeah.
Here's a piece of advice for you. If you've met a woman online and she tells you it's her fantasy to have sex on a pile of money, but you have to go to her place and bring the money, it might be a trap.
Oh, no.
For the past few months, 3 guys in Mountain View, California, God love them, they've been running that exact scheme. They would pose as a woman online.
With a glass eye?
They would talk to men, tell them to bring a bunch of cash over so they could have sex on top of it.
That's like every Friday night for me.
Are people this dumb?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
I mean, I almost would say the criminals were dumb if people didn't fall for it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They rob them once they got there. The guys behind the scheme are 19-year-old Nazario Cruz.
Oh,
one of yours, Oscars.
And 19-year-old Jose Urias.
Oh, no.
How many pesos should we bring or something?
The third guy was under 18, so his name wasn't released. All 3 were arrested Thursday morning. There were 3 confirmed reports of men who fell for their let's have sex on top of money scam since May.
It's kind of hot.
So sad. The police expect more men to come forward now.
Well, how many guys, say this happens to them, and their wives are out of town, or their girlfriends are out of town, or maybe they're just embarrassed. You're not going to report that to the police.
No, I brought over 3 rolls of quarters.
That's the joke, absolutely. And now a little something.
Okay.
On Thursday, police in Las Vegas were transporting some prisoners from a county detention center to a local jail. There were both men and women sitting in different rows, and they had stomach restraints holding them to their seats.
All right.
Apparently, a female prisoner named Carlissa Bookins and a male prisoner named Alexis Garcia.
Of course. What are you doing?
Sorry about this.
No, it's all right. It's my people.
They had never met each other, but Alexis was 1 row behind Carlissa, and I guess even with the stomach restraints, they quickly struck up some sort of improvised sex pact. And Carlissa turned around, leaned over her seat, and started performing on Alexis.
Jeez.
She did it for a little while until corrections officers spotted her and broke them up.
You said corrections?
Yes, corrections.
Not erection.
No,
Corrections.
Erections officers spotted her and broke them up.
Okay.
According to some of their other female prisoners on the bus, Alexis had promised to return the favor for Carlissa. And Carlissa was in jail for drug charges. Alexis was in for carrying a concealed weapon. You can say that again.
Boy.
And now they've both been hit with a new charge of voluntary sex with an inmate. I didn't know that charge existed out there.
Oh, look at that.
Though.
Yeah.
Does that mean if it's involuntary, it's legal?
Well, then it would be called rape.
That's well, just asking. I was always asking. I was under the impression that prison love was primarily involuntary. We'll take a break. Come back with Rob in the Audio Vault right after this.
I gently sighed, Fantasy.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I'm going to show it to you.
What?
Oh, what are you going to show us? The pump?
No, not the pump.
This is Michael Williams' cigar box guitar.
Beautiful.
Played by Josh Murphy on this very show.
Oh, here we go.
Hear it?
But it's an electric guitar.
Yeah,
to really hear it, you got to.
Well, I guess I blew that. But look at how beautiful this is.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
In this day and age, it's rare to find something that is truly an American original. But if you're a musician or collector, you have to check out Bull Run Cigar Box Guitars, created by musicians and master woodworker John Fanning. These guitars are one-of-a-kind treasures and great for any skill level. Musicians can use these instruments to expand their sound, and every one of these guitars is an original creation. These guitars not only sound great, but they are Civil War-era recreations that are one-of-a-kind collectibles for all you Civil War buffs out there.
So cool.
Except for those guys that had the long beards that were in that car with the bad bumper stickers on it.
Sorry your side lost.
To get yours, go to bullruncbg.com or check out Bull Run Cigar Box Guitars by John Fanning on Facebook. Bull Run Cigar Box Guitars, an American original. Let's open up the Audio Vault for today. This is Monday, August 12, 2013. Rob Spiewak.
You recognize this voice, Mike? This lovely singing voice?
Oh, it's Latin.
That's Edie Gourmet, Rob.
That is the second most famous Edie of all time.
Right.
After Idi Amin.
Yes.
And we lost her this week, and I think that's
You were
sad.
pretty cold about it on Facebook, I'll be honest. Edie Gourmet not.
Yeah, well, you know what?
That's pretty as cold as it gets.
Not a big fan.
Okay.
Not a big fan. And I will tell you this, though. She did chart a lot of records.
Yes.
And she was around for a long time, but I'm not responsible for this one because I didn't play her last week.
She was a fixture at nightclubs and on television in the 60s and 70s. Singer Edie Gourmet has died in Las Vegas after a brief undisclosed illness. She was 84 years old. Her husband, Steve Lawrence, saying the world has lost one of the greatest pop vocalists of all time.
Her biggest hit was from 1963, Mike.
Is this it?
Yes.
Is this Amor?
No. Blame it on the bossa nova.
Okay, let's listen. Edie Gourmet.
I was at a dance.
It's horrible.
Caught my eye.
This sounds like all the other
Yep, you're
songs you play.
No, not all that I play.
Never heard it.
I think you'll know the hook.
Swaying to and
This is why America needed the Beatles, because this was on the charts right before the Beatles came over. Here we go. Here's the hook, Mike.
fro. Blame it on the bossa nova.
Oh, I know this. Sure. Big hit.
Big hit.
Yeah, God love her.
And what to keep it hip? You know, Oscar likes when I keep it hip.
Oh, absolutely.
A few years
and
ago,
tight.
her husband, Steve Lawrence, and her did a duet on a song you probably wouldn't expect.
Okay.
Soundgarden's Black Hole Sun.
In my shoes, a walking sleep.
See, I can get into this.
And you know, actually, this speaks well of the song because it kind of works.
And they have 55 years they were together.
Yeah.
So, a good couple.
Well, they were both waiting for the other one to do something good.
Why are you so
evil?
Why are you so evil to Edie Gourmet, for God's sake?
Steve Lawrence also not one of the greats.
Oh, my God.
You know what? Agreeable. I'll give them. They're very agreeable.
When he hates, he hates.
God. Everyone says you're the nice one.
Steve Lawrence never said that.
Wow. Well, safe home, Edie Gourmet.
Yes, we will miss her.
Great showbiz name, too, Gourmet.
Yeah, and not with an accent I go. I think it's just gourmet.
Right.
I think it is. Egotastic is
You
a
sing
website.
that song again, you're going to kill someone. I'm sorry.
On the website Egotastic, you know what I love about Sydney Leathers? That's the wiener lady.
Yes.
She keeps giving.
She does. I've seen some of her porn.
Talk and talk and talk. She talks about some of the alternative names she would have suggested to Anthony Weiner other than Carlos Danger. That's right.
I like maybe Pedro Accidente or like Pablo Hazard. I never called him that in the heat of the moment ever. I thought it was always weird. I never even asked about it because I thought it was so weird. So So there was no ever like, oh, Carlos, you know?
Hey, you know what? There's no washing that off of yourself.
Is he the poster child for denial or what?
Can I give you a quick fact?
He says he isn't.
So Wiener, before this actually broke with his latest sexting with Scandal, his campaign had brought in a little over $400,000 in the week before.
Yeah.
The week after, he got a little over $10,000.
Yeah, and it's still amazing that he got 10. Because,
Right?
I mean,
Who's
and
sending him money?
And constantly, like, having run-ins with the other candidates and the press out there. It's just a
And
train wreck. I feel
badly
sorry for anybody
handled.
who might have believed in the guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, she says, Sydney Leathers, that she would be into a threesome of some sort.
Can we have a threesome? Call Vivid. Call Vivid. I'll lick Hillary's cankles. It'll be so sexy.
Wants to do a three-way with the Clintons.
Such a dumb little whore.
Yeah, and you know what?
Well, he put himself there.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Well,
his fault.
and
But
she
look what he did for her.
The thing that
Gave her a
bothers me, she's having too much fun with this.
Oh yeah,
that I don't like.
Yeah, she is. Well, I mean, I knew that when she smirked through the very first interview.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he really did. I'm so excited now. I get to talk about it because I have no shame at all.
The person who really benefits the most from this is not Anthony Weiner, though. The person who benefits is the guy that she has a crush on and says it out loud in the media. Congratulations, Keith Olbermann.
I'm going to because Keith Olbermann's going to be back, and I have such a crush on him.
He's got to be feeling pretty good today.
Yeah, that's about as dangerous. You don't want to get anywhere near her.
Send her a text, Keith.
30 feet away.
Now, there was something really, really horrible on television on Friday. It was Hoda Kotb's birthday.
Oh, I like Hoda.
And
I'm a big fan of Hoda.
You know, she co-hosts the 9th hour of the Today Show with Kathy Lee Gifford.
Right.
And Kathy Lee decided to sing for her.
Oh, God. Okay, of course. Kathy Lee took Hoda's birthday and made it about Kathy Lee.
And it's...
Shocker with that.
It's saucy and perhaps not appropriate. Let's go to the tape.
Men are in love with Hoda Kotb. Even me, because it's impossible to not be. In love with such a hottie, yeah, with that fine Egyptian body. We want a hoodie on your Kotb.
I want a Hoda on your Kotb.
Yeah. Because we know you like it sloppy. We think you're really nifty.
Too much wine.
Even though you're almost 50. Happy birthday, Hoda Kotb.
Did she bring in her, like, the Vienna Boys Choir to do the
All I
number?
know is that at that point, that was the only thing on NBC. Really one of the big three.
That is Kathy Lee, man.
What a mess.
God, still, but you know what? Hoda Kotb has saved Kathy Lee's career, in my
You're right.
opinion. Absolutely. She makes Kathy Lee actually likable.
Yeah, she
and sometimes even likable, too.
You know what she does? She operates her.
Yeah.
She does, like a puppeteer.
Absolutely.
And I'll just say it, tree full of owls. America Online has a service. Is it called Patch News?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been on AOL in forever.
I think it's called Patch News, and what it is, AOL uses that
Oh,
to
I
serve,
love this story. Oh, yeah, I saw this story.
They serve local news areas, and it's in trouble. It's not doing well, and there's rumors running rampant at AOL.
An online news service that's designed for individual markets.
That a lot of people are going to get laid off.
Oh, that sucks.
So, to sort of soothe everyone in the company, they did a 1,000-person conference call, and the runner of AOL, the boss at AOL, Tim Armstrong, was saying everything's going to be fine, except for the guy who is head of marketing for Patch.
For Patch, like this is a big wig at the failing
the head
website.
Of it, he was taking photographs. Didn't go well for him. Let's go to the tape of Tim Armstrong.
If you think what's going on right now is a joke, and you want to joke around about it, you should pick your stuff up and leave Patch today. And the reason is, and I'm going to be very specific about this, is Patch, from an experience, Abel, put that camera down right now. Abel, you're fired. Out. If you guys think that AOL has not been committed to Patch and won't stay committed to Patch,
And without looking back, he just fires him and moves on.
What the hell is it? Did he recant it later on, or did the guy stay fired?
No recanting has been done as of now. And the thing is that Patch is all about taking pictures and sending it out and serving the people to let them know what's going on.
Yeah, but if your CEO is talking to you and this is a serious conference call and you're making it all about you, and if they're doing a video conference, it looks like they're doing a video conference and he's taking pictures, even though that's part of the ecosystem of their service. You just want everybody to focus because clearly this guy at the top is under pressure. He doesn't want to fire anybody. He wants everybody to focus and understand what he's trying to tell them.
But, obviously a better way of doing it than firing the guy right there in front of 1,000 people. You say, hey, put that camera down. I'm trying to get serious here. And if he doesn't put the camera, then you can fire. But it sounded like he just
Since it broke wide, I think we'll hear something before the news cycle today.
But if patch is failing, then maybe there were other issues besides just the camera.
Just a real quick tape. We're going to run just a trifle late today because also, Mike, when you're in the theater, if your body is constricted by your costume, it's going to affect your performance.
She would be bound from here to her hips, so she wouldn't even be free to bend freely. Right? So what does she have to work with? She has this backbone.
Kathleen Turner.
She has her gestures.
Yes.
She could kneel, but she would have to go down so.
That's right. And that, Mike, is your magic audio.
God, you get me with that every time. Oh, my
Wonder
God.
if she'll be back later in the week.
Thank you, Miss Turner. Our show today was brought to you by Wait Not. Check out Wait Not at waitnot.com. Go to their Facebook page, and don't forget $200 off if you're in the military, the government, or you're a teacher, and they're doing that this month only.
Do it now.
Delightful time to get involved with one of our great sponsors, Wait Not, and start losing weight right away. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back with another brand new one tomorrow. So long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Now that the show is over, feel free to go shopping. MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.